Hello guys, you're welcome back once more to my channel. In this particular video, I'm going to show you how I drafted this basic sleeve block, the short sleeve and the cap sleeve. So if you're interested, please stick with me to the end of the video. Don't forget to check out my other videos and equally hit the subscribe button and turn on notification bell to support me, to join me if it's your first time, okay? All right, let's get straight into the video proper. So these are the measurements I'm going to be using to draft this sleeve pattern. So I have my bodies. The next thing I'm going to do now is going to take the arm sky of my sleeve for the back and the front sleeve. So guys, I'm taking the arm sky as you see me do. All you need to do is just follow what I'm doing and in your own pattern, okay? That is, if you have your own bodies, just go with what I'm doing. And if you don't have your bodies, do well to check the link, the description box, check the link and see exactly how I drafted these bodies so that you can equally learn how to draft your own bodies. So this bodies is very accurate and you can use it anytime, any day. So do well to take the measurement of this arm sky very accurately so that you will not end up drafting a sleeve that is too wide or too small. Okay, so make sure you get the very accurate one. So take it properly. So this is my paper and I'm just going to fold it into two to get the midway of this paper. Okay, so as you see me do, just follow exactly and you're not going to end up wrong. So I'm going to use my ruler now to rule out this midline. So you can equally use your tape rule to get the midline of this paper. It all depends on however you want it. So I'm going to come down by 2 but for my top line. So the top line 2 inches, not a compulsory. You can use 1 inch, you can use half inch. So it's just a nice line to help you gauge whatever you're drafting. So that is what I'm marking now. I'm just going to go ahead and rule out a straight line. So from this particular point of the top line, I'll start drafting everything I want to draft. So the next thing after this particular top line is to get my cap height. Okay, so this cap height is very important also. And to get my cap height, all I need to do is take the measurement between my front sleeve and back sleeve, join it, plus it, get and divide it by 3 and then subtract 0.5. So as you can see on the screen, you can go ahead and pause this part so that you can see exactly the write-up on the screen. Okay, so what I have as my cap height is 5.5. so that is joining my front arm and the back arm, plusing it, whatever answer I get, I'm going to divide it by 3 and I'm going to subtract 0.5 from it. So that way I'll get an accurate cap height. So this is a very good method that works very well to get an accurate cap height. So like I said, as you can see me applying it already, I'm just connecting it. Okay, you know, if you have your own bodies, just go exactly, follow exactly what I'm doing. Take your arm sky and then go ahead and just apply so that you can get yourself a very good sleeve at the end. So the next thing I'm doing now is I'm applying on this side. Now you see is going to be my back. So I'm applying the 8.5 I have for the back. What I took on the back of my bodies, don't forget I have 8.5 for the back and 9.5 for the front. So I'm just going to apply the 9.5 for the front side and I'm going to apply the 8.5 of the back already as I've done. So I'm going to use a ruler to connect this to this particular edge. Now I'm going to connect it. Okay, so this is the meeting point. So you see the essence of getting the mid line of this paper. So I've connected it. Now the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do is for my sleeve shaping, that is to get the thickness of the sleeve. So I've divided my 8.2 by 2, getting the midway of my 8.5. Sorry, that is for the back. So getting the midway, I marked it as you can see. So on that exact point of the midway, I'm going to come out by 0.5, that is half inch. So I'm going to go ahead and use my marker and connect it on the 2 sides. So guys, I'm sorry I didn't label this so that you will not get confused. So this part I'm working on right now is the back side of the sleeve. That is the back part of my sleeve. That is my back. Okay, so this other side is the front. So I'm also going to do the same thing for the front. I'm going to get the midway. I'm just going to apply the same method. I'm going to get the midway and then equally come out 0.5. So this part is very essential. Everything about this head is very, that is the cap. It's very essential because that will help a good shaping of the sleeve. That will determine how nice your sleeve will come out. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my marker and connect this again. So I'm also going to take the midway between this point and the other and divide it also by 2 again. Okay, so it is essential you do it exactly like this, the way I'm doing. You might decide to, oh, why not just do it divided by 4 and just go half. It might end up not coming out perfect. Okay, so it's best to just go patiently exactly the way. So on this point of the midway, I'll come out 0.3. So 0.3, that is what I want to use to shape. I will also do the same on this other side. That is the down part of the back. So all you need to do is just follow my actions and you will not end up coming out wrong. You know, like I say, you will not come out wrong. You'll be very. So I'm going to mark it, and on this exact point of the midpoint, I'm going to come out 0.25. So I'm just going to go ahead and curve it. Okay, so I'm going to be curving it, but then I ended up bringing my ruler, so I'm just going to go ahead and change this ruler and bring my curve rule, guys. So in order to have, and make sure that you place this thing very well to match so that you get your curve very well. Okay, so as you can see now, I'm placing it, making sure that it comes out very nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect it, making sure that it's touching that exact 0.3. Remember, I used my pencil to mark that point, so that's why you can see the point of the 0.3. So that is the same thing with the 0.25. So but I'm making sure that it's going to pass. So as I'm curving it, is touching that 0.2 and touching the 0.3 and equally touching the 0.5. Okay, so just take note of that. So I'm going to apply the same thing I did on this side. I'm just going to go ahead and then point it on, but I'm doing this on the straight line this time, and I'm coming out by 0.625. that is 0.625. So while on this other side, I'm going to be coming out by the same 0.625. So just get the midways. So on the front, I'm doing just 0.25, 0.625 on the front. So that is what I'm doing for the front. So I've gotten the midway, and I'm going to move up by 0.625 again. So all you need to do is follow exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so you can see I came in and I moved out, just exactly what I did on the back. So you will come in and you move out. Remember, it's a curve, so you will curve the upside and you will curve in inside. So now you can see exactly how I've curved this, stopping exactly on the 0.5 points. Then I'll just go ahead and connect it again, making sure it's touching 0.625. So you can see the outcome, so as perfect as this. Okay, so this is for the front and the back cap sleeve. So right now it's finally done on me that I have to label this. So that is it. So that is all for the cap sleeve. So that is just it. So all you need to do is take your time when drafting this part so that you get it right and get the curves very correct. The curves, you can easily use your hand and curve it if you're a good curver. If you know how to curve very well with your hands, you can use your hands. Okay, so whichever one you want. So I'm just going ahead to label this particular point now. So I came out here by 0.335, and then I also moved in here by 0.25, while on the front I came out by 0.625 on the both sides. So that is just it. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to extend my sleeve. So I'm taking exactly the distance between my front and the back. So I have 14.5, and then I have 5.075 for this side. So I want to bring this down. I want to extend it to the sleeve length. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark the 5.075, and then from this point I'll go ahead and get my 14.5, which is the actual wideness of the sleeve. Okay, so this is how I'm going to be connecting it. So but before that, my sleeve, the normal length for my sleeve is 24 inch. So that is 24 inch divided by, sorry, 24 inch minus 5.5, which is my cap height, is 18.5. So what I'm taking right now is 18.5. That is what you're seeing me do. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark a straight line. So I hope you're understanding this. So what I marked now is 18.5. You can look at my tape roll and you see that what I have is 18.5. So on that particular point, I'll go ahead and mark the exact thing I wanted to mark before to bring down just the width, that is 14.5. So I'm marking it. So I'll just go ahead and connect. So this particular part is very easy to make. So this part now, we are already finalizing our sleeve. So the sleeve will soon be finalized. So after I connect this, the next thing I'm going to do is to get the midway of my back sleeve on this point, on the cap line, or the cap height line, and mark it. So I'm going to be applying this midway on both up and down, and equally get the midway of the front and mark it. So the essence of this is to help shaping our sleeve. So what we are going for right now is to get a fitted, just a normal block. Remember, what we are making is a block sleeve. Okay, so but if we leave it exactly the way it is, the sleeve is just going to go straight forward and be like let's say palazzo kind of sleeve. Okay, just block straight wide. So right now what I'm doing now is to shaping it. I want to shaping it a bit so that even when you go straight to sew exactly like this, it will still come out a little bit shaped and fitted. Okay, so this particular shaping I'm doing here is the normal shaping always used for jackets. Okay, whenever you see a jacket sleeve, this is the exact shaping used for it most of the times. Okay, so as you can see, I'm connecting this. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the midway from these 2 points here. I'm going to mark it, and I'm just going to go ahead and connect it to the sleeve point. The same thing I'm going to apply on this other side. Getting the midway is very essential that you patiently take the midways just like this, because remember, the front and the back don't have the same measurements, so you don't want a confused result at the end. So I'm just connecting it now, as you can see me. So guys, this is all for this particular sleeve block. So this is exactly how to make a sleeve block. It gets a perfect sleeve. So this curve you see here is just for a fitted, like I told you, maybe a jacket or something. You can go ahead and refit it again, like re-slant it to have a more better fitting if you want yours to have a more better fitting. But do well to take note of your elbow when you are fitting it. Okay, so right now I'm just going to go ahead and apply the short sleeve. So this is exactly how to apply short sleeve from the pattern. So I'm using 12 inch for the short sleeve, and I'm taking the measurement right from the top line, that is the 12 inch you're seeing. I'm just going to go ahead and connect it. So it all depends on how short you want your sleeve. It could be 8 inch, it could be 7 inch, it could be any amount of inch you want it. So right now I'm working with just 12 inch. So after I rule this, I'm going to go ahead and trace this out. So that is how it works. So I've applied right now on this sleeve block. I have my cap sleeve on it, and I have the short sleeve on it, and I have the long sleeve on it. So I have 3 major sleeves on this particular one on this particular sleeve right now. So I'm placing my paper. I'm just going to go ahead and pin it down, and then I'll just retrace it. Okay, so I'm retracing it. So if you don't have your tracing wheel, please kindly go and get yours, because you'll be dealing it whenever you're working with patterns. It's very useful. Okay, you don't want to see yourself drafting new pattern all the time. It helps a lot. So I'm just going to go ahead and save my sleeve block, and whenever I want to make any kind of sleeve, I'll just go ahead and trace out what I want to trace out, and just that is it. So what I traced out right now is for my short sleeve. You can see that the front side has a bit more curvy more than the back side. Okay, so you can even decide to make yours even more curvier. So it all depends on how you want it. So this is a short sleeve. So this short sleeve can be manipulated into slash and splash and spread, right? Flare, anything you want to manipulate with this, you can go ahead and do it. The same thing with the block. In fact, so right now you have your own sleeve block. You just go ahead and do whatever you want. So this is the back and this is the front. So this is my exact 12" that I took. So if I want to sew with it, all I need to do is just add my seam, like add my allowances around it, and I'm just good to go. Okay, so guys, to get a cap sleeve now, all I need to do is just place this like this and pin it down. Okay, so if you want to get your cap sleeve directly from the sleeve block, then you have to trace it out the way you traced out the short sleeve. Okay, so I've done that, and this is my cap sleeve, the front and the back, and this is it. I'm just going to cut it out. Okay guys, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.